My name is Rickie Eichler. My parents divorced when I was in 3rd grade, and then I went to live with my mom. At that point, you know, everything was still pretty normal. I never needed or wanted for anything. I had a good family. Started smoking weed at 13, started drinking at 13, and then a little after high school, I would be introduced to opiates. I started with opiates, and then that would eventually lead to a 10-year IV addiction to heroin. I think there is a thin line between using because it makes you feel good, and then it's like this invisible line that you cross over where you have to have it to be dependent and to be able to just function on a normal day-to-day basis. Within those 10 years, I would also go to multiple detoxes, and I would find out there I was not only an opiate addict, that I was an alcoholic. But it took going to TRC for me to find that out. Somebody had to break it down for me and describe the physical allergy and the mental obsession that goes into addiction. I was at home and it had gotten really bad. I was in an apartment, and my son's father came to me and asked me to get sober. He had been sober for a few months, and he was working at a treatment facility, and he asked me to get sober, so I decided to go to TRC. I did my intake, and I was admitted like 5 days later, and that was March 12th of 2018. So when I got out of TRC, I was supposed to do the outpatient program, so I immediately started going to that alumni meeting, and that is where I found my first sponsor. It is where I found my first group of friends, or as we call them, our tribes. I got completely involved in service work for TRC because that is part of any anonymous program, is staying involved, because if you stay in the middle, you're not gonna fall off, or it's a lot harder to fall off per se. September of 2018, I got sober in March, and then I entered a web development program, and I graduated that web development program following the next year in October. I had done a internship the whole summer before graduating and became employed, and I feel like none of those things would have been possible without taking those first steps and making all those connections through TRC. In Alcoholics Anonymous, we go through like the 12 steps, and I would be able to restore every relationship that I lost as far as family by taking responsibility for the things that I did and I caused. But I've restored every relationship as far as family goes. But I mean, I have a good relationship with my mom. I have a good relationship with my dad. I have sisters I have a great relationship with. I get to be at family functions. Nobody has to worry about where their money is or anything like that. But I think the best part is like I'm reliable, and that when my dad gets sick, I am a contact for them to contact me. And that wouldn't have been that way 2 years ago. So I'm just completely blessed in that part. Trying to be a better mom, a better sister, a better daughter every day, and it just gets better every time.